Todd here with Paint Dynamics. Just wanted to do a quick video on how to replace a brick mold. I had a few customers ask me what the process is to basically replacing a brick mold, and I thought I'd just share that with you real quick, and through the help of Caleb. So Caleb's a trusted little employee of Paint Dynamics. Look how official he looks. It's pretty good.
That's right.
All right, Caleb, let's get to this. And I'm going to step off camera and bring the camera in closer, and I'll just kind of go over the process and what we do, and you can kind of demonstrate. Okay, hold on just a second. All right, Caleb, first thing we need to do when you're replacing a brick mold is cut the old caulking that's down the sides of a brick mold. And the reason for that is a lot of times when the painters are painting the houses, they're sealed up pretty good. And if you don't cut the caulking, it'll rip across or rip off the siding off the side of the house or cause other problems. So that's basically the first thing you want to do. A lot of times you can use a flat bar. You can come in different directions from the brick mold. Depending on the type of brick mold, you come from the inside, or if you have another type, you might have to come from the outside of the brick mold. Key is to basically pry it off slowly so it doesn't rip off the siding. You come up to the top. Sometimes the brick molds will have long nails in them, and you might have to pull the nails ahead of time before you do continue ripping it apart. But really the key part of this is cutting away the caulking. And that is pretty much it for the removal. From here you just basically do the cleanup by cutting away the old caulking, pulling away any of the old nails that are there, and then we'll do the replacement here in just a little bit. Again, best thing to do is scrape off the old caulking. You could use a 5-in-1 or a putty or a chisel, putty knife or a chisel. But you really want the surface to be smooth for the brick molding to lay flush against the siding. And from here, we go to cut our new piece. All right, now we're to basically cutting a brick mold. We use a composite material. Basically, it's a PVC or a plastic material where there's many different types, but this one's hard all the way through, full plastic all the way through. And Caleb's going to show you kind of about the angles, and let me show you that. But it works really well because it holds paint really well, and it doesn't warp or chip once it's on the house.
Or rot.
Or rot. Rot's very important. All right. That's why we do. What Caleb's going to do first when you're doing the brick molds, you have to determine which side that you're going to cut. And all the brick molds are cut on 45-degree angles at the top. So Caleb makes the first cut generally at the top so we can get his 45. Now what a lot of people don't know is on the back side of the brick mold, or at the bottom of the brick mold, all the angles are cut at a 15-degree angle, just so the water runs off the windowsill. It's kind of a stock, and so what you generally have to do is come from the back where you've cut your 45. Caleb will make a mark on the saw so he can cut his 15-degree angle at the bottom. And that way when he puts the brick molding up, it flushes up against the windowsill. A lot of homeowners, what they try to do is they just try to cut a straight line. Then the windowsill, generally the brick mold has a gap on it at the bottom. You don't want that. You want a really tight fit, even though you're going to be caulking it later. And there you have your brick mold. Okay, basically brick mold's nailed up, and the most important part to know about the brick mold and where to nail the nails is we'll generally use a finish nailer, and as you see down here how it's flush, it's because of the 15-degree angle. And then also we also put a nose on the front of this, which I can show in another video. But nail pattern is generally on the outside and the inside because there's nothing generally in the middle. So just to reiterate that, we use a 2.5-inch nail, and it goes on the outside and the inside. And that's pretty much it. I wish I could say it was much more difficult than that, but it's not. It just takes a little time, a little practice. And I think the biggest thing is probably pulling the old brick molding off so you don't mess anything up.
And new caulking.
New caulking is very important. Generally, we will use a 55-year caulking that will expand and contract with the weather and the season change because it is plastic. But generally, we'll caulk the inside and the outside, and that's the reason when you take off the old brick molding, you have to cut the caulking. So, thanks, Caleb.
Welcome.
All right.